Hi, my name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to another edition of the Knowledge Vault. We are with the Handbook of the New Paradigm. We are in Volume 2, Embracing the Rainbow. If you are following along in the book, I'm on page 188, Book 2, Session 18, and we begin. Through these messages, the outline of the status of humanity has been established. Further detail is available to those who desire to investigate beyond what is easily perceived when viewing the media presented information in light of this information. That a hoax of major proportion is being perpetrated is difficult to miss. Wow. And keep in mind, this was channeled in the early 2000s, some of this stuff in the 90s, in the early 2000s, and only published in 2018. So, wow, how prophetic. There is one magic show after another being presented for viewing, while the global manipulations continue to restructure national, continental, and hemispheric lines of demarcation. Wow, after what's just gone on in the past week. For those of you wondering, I'm recording this on October 21st, 2023. The structure of the world as you know it is being dissolved at its very foundations. The plan is at a stage now that it can no longer be prevented. It can yet be sabotaged at specific points to frustrate and slow the process somewhat, to give more time in which to reach more people. I truly feel like that has already happened, and that's why we are seeing as much as we are seeing now. This material is being distributed at its starting point in the USA, but through the group foci must entail a planetary appeal to be all-inclusive of humanity as a whole. The process of the plan is the same and different in every locale on the planet. Thus, whether in the vernacular of one country or another, the end result of the plan of planetary slavery is the same. The variety within the human experience must be transcended in order that a true group focus can be attained. The division of ethnicity into race must be dissolved, and humanity must consider itself one race. A word best abandoned, for it too reflects emotions that do not serve the birth of the new paradigm. The oneness that is to be sought will transcend the need for identification of diversity. Diversity need not be bred out in order to attain what can only be accomplished within each personal awareness. Appreciation of the opportunity to experience self-awareness manifested into the glory of a human body and evolve through the process of expressing creational energy negates the necessity to delineate personal differences in this way. It is a natural evolution of that awareness. Boy, isn't that the truth? Appreciation of the gift of self-awareness is understanding that a piece of absolute potentiality that is the sum and substance of the all that is the point of coagulation around which all living things exist. To comprehend it is to honor it and come to understand that it is both fragile and tenaciously committed to evolving through that potentiality that is innate within its very nature. Understanding this simple truth of who and what humanity is has been buried beneath a landslide of superfluous information that has been pushed on mankind to ensure distraction and prevent this essential discovery. The distorted need to be fixed, leading to worship of both. The distorted need to be fixed, leading to worship of both misunderstood visitors and an imagined outside source for this help, has created the transplanted humans on this planet in a has held the transplanted humans on this planet in a self-created bondage. Many of those who have attained the return to genetic balance remain programmed into the old systems of belief that have failed for thousands of years to achieve the desired goals. It is time for them to awaken and to again experience true human evolvement. It is the truth that will set you free. When this information is contemplated in the quiet of inner awareness, it will resonate and be known by those who are genetically balanced. And I feel what's being spoken of here is exactly what we were talking about in our book study of this yesterday. And that is the truth we feel when one hears a true statement that is outside of what they've always thought, perhaps. There is a feeling, I call it a body rush. There is a feeling within one's system. At least that's how I describe it. This will raise the question as to whether all those within the same family are automatically genetically balanced. The genes for each are randomly selected at each conception. Thus, these float within nearly all families at this sequential point. There will be those that are more susceptible to the negative programming that will seem not to carry the gene balance. Again, free will is freely given. All will be accepted if the realization is sincere, even at the last moment. But it is likely that as the initial statement of purpose circulates, the words will resonate and the wake-up call will be answered. The simple few words translated into all languages will resound within, and in its repetition, it will demand an answer within that cannot be defined. The yearning of all the previous generations denied the freedom to evolve is carried at cellular levels, and through the genetic release is available when the trigger is activated. It is the response by the first few to this pent-up yearning that will bring forth the freedom cry, that will begin the wondrous process of the birthing of the new paradigm. It is time now. The repetitions in the message are meant to offset the continuous barrage of disinformation that has been the foundation of human existence for these thousands of years and now reaches a crescendo as the, quote, second shoe is nearly ready to be dropped. The emphasis on waking up and accepting the magnitude and duration of the frustrating trip of this branch of humanity down a dead-end path is the essential beginning for changing the conscious perception of this experience. This is then followed by the awareness that this consciousness change is the first layer of the foundation for the new paradigm. Without a firm foundation on the rock of truth, nothing of lasting value can be built. The next step is either participating in the conception of the beginning statement or the proliferation of it once it is conceived, and the further conception of the bare skeleton of what the new paradigm is to become. Not rules and regulations, but what living within it would involve. Dreaming the dream in a sheer playful mode. A rose was created through a play of possibilities. A lily, a monkey, a squirrel, an otter, an elephant were all created in a play-like and in a playful mode, of potential possibilities. Man, woman must become childlike and consider outlandish and outrageous possibilities until perfect ideas begin to gel. This is best done within groups with the same intent. Even the most closed will join the spirit of the task and often have the most amazing contributions. The host or hostess must set the mood of safety and spontaneity and allow the group to take it from there. Levity opens the door to creativity and the release of true human nature. We are all the children of creation and are set loose to playfully learn who we are and what we are truly capable of doing, governed only by the laws of the universe. It must, however, be firmly understood that these do strictly govern. It must, however, be firmly understood that these do strictly govern are immutable, and every act outside them draws its effects within creation's own, not necessarily sequential timing. This is known now as divine order. Well, that's the end of number 19, and I'm coming back right away with number 18, coming back with number 19 right away. Wow. I had to re-record this because the old one that I recorded about a week ago was inviolable. And it's kind of interesting to me that it should come up in this way in this time for some of the things that I've been moving through over the last 2 weeks in specific. And quite frankly, this is why Conscious Conversation Central, Corona Rising, and Sassy Seer Sheila were all created. And now with New Light Streaming Love, I hope you will come to knewlightstreaminglove.love, and that's KNEW. As we do have the website there and all who are featured on this channel. And you can always catch me on my channel, Sassy Seer Sheila, on YouTube, and Conscious Conversation Central on Rumble. Till next time, be well, my friends.